What's up, YouTube? So we're just going to hop right into this tutorial. So here I am with my Clairol BW2 powder and just some regular developer, 40 volume developer, from my beauty supply store. I don't really know the brand of that. So we're just going to mix that up to get ready to bleach the knots on this 613 TPART unit before we go in and custom dye it. So you want to make sure that that mixture is thick and sort of like toothpaste is how I compare it. I like to use more powder than developer just so I can add developer as I go so that I don't make it too runny or too loose and then mess it up and have to start over. So here I am just checking that consistency and making sure it's thick like toothpaste. So it was perfect. So I'm now going to apply that to the middle T part of the frontal wig and then around the edges of the wig. This unit does have about an inch of parting space in the front around the edge part. Like I said, it's either frontal unit, so it is ear to ear, and then it only has that little part in the middle. This unit is perfect for people who don't care about versatility. This is a unit that I was testing out from my vendor that I wanted to custom dye and just see the quality of the hair before selling it. So yeah, I personally like the wig. I like the T-part effect. For those quick on the go, just throw your wig on moments. But if you want to wear it, you know, for a long period of time and switch up your part and all of that, then this unit is not for you. But if you just want to, you know, put this unit on and rock a middle part for a while, this is perfect. Here I am just checking to make sure that that developer didn't go through, and it was perfect. So now I am going to fill my sink up with hot water. I personally like to dye my wigs in my sink. It's easier cleanup. I am spraying that lace with got to be glued spray just to make sure that the color doesn't bleed through onto the lace. So yeah, so I'm just going to fill my sink with the color, mixing it into that boiling hot water. My kitchen sink water gets so hot, like extremely hot. So this was perfect for me to use to dye my hair. I am using the color Cinnamon in the Adore brand hair color, and then I did end up adding some Honey Blonde just to add a few dimensions to the color. It didn't really do much, but it did sort of darken up the wig because I noticed it was a little too light for my taste. So here I am just mixing that in. I do go from mixing it with the little brush applicator thing to using my hand. It just mixed better with my hand. Obviously you don't want to do it with your bare hand because you don't want to get down your hand, and you do not want to get burned because, like I said, this water is extremely hot. So here I am just mixing that in, getting that water super dark, and you will notice as I dye the unit and move it around and the color absorbs into the hair, that the water actually starts to get clear. And that's what you want to go for, especially when you're dyeing 613 hair. You want to make sure that every strand is covered. You want to make sure that every weft is covered. You want to make sure everything is how it's supposed to look. So here I am just combing through the hair as I dip dye it and just rubbing it and flipping it and all of that while it is getting dyed. So I did make sure that I space out the tracks or wefts just to make sure that every strand was covered. I did make sure that the color wasn't bleeding through onto my lace. And then I made sure that I dipped it and rubbed it around all across the edge area just to make sure that I didn't leave any blind spots in the front. And you guys, when I tell you that got to be glue spray saved my lace, like I really picked up on this method from another YouTuber, and it has been serving like its purpose. It's been doing well for me personally. I don't have any problems with bleeding color or anything, so I do advise that you try this method. So here I am just leaving that for about 3 to 5 more minutes just so it can soak up that color a little bit more. And then I do go in with a hairbrush just to brush the hair out and make sure that color is thoroughly applied. So now I am going to just take it and clean my sink out. I just rinsed my sink out. I don't really have to do much since I did it in my metal kitchen sink. And then I co-wash the unit and get ready to pluck it. So now I am going in just spraying the front of that parting space. Like I said, it is only about 1 inch of parting space, so there's not much room for you to, you know, do any extra customization unless you really want your track showing. So I don't advise to over pluck your TPART units. I did minimal plucking because honestly I was just gonna wear it, you know, straight down the middle. I wasn't going to do anything too fancy. So I plucked that to my liking, just thinned out the front a little bit so it doesn't look so thick, and then I go in and define my middle part, pluck that a little bit, and you guys, the knots turned out perfect. I didn't really have to do much plucking. I just defined that part and then hit it with my hot comb a little bit, and then I flip the unit inside out. You guys, I do this so that I can tint the lace. I did cut those combs off the unit. I really don't use those. My hair is thick and long. I don't feel the need to use combs. I feel like they tug on my hair, and they definitely tug on your edges. So I do not advise you leave combs in your wigs. I advise you add your own adjustable band. But this unit did come with an adjustable band, and then it came with 4 wig clips in it that I felt were unnecessary. So yes, this unit definitely was secure without the combs. Like I said, the adjustable wig band in the back was enough. It was enough personally for me. So I did go in and spray the unit with my Ebon lace tint spray in the color Cool Deep Brown. I spray it a few times, and then I usually spray it with some Got To Be glue spray, and then I spray it for a second time, making sure I cover, you know, all of the parting space, and then I blow dry it, and that usually seals in the color that I want the lace to be without it, you know, running on your hands and whatnot. So this was the final look of the unit, and here's me applying it. So here I am just slicking my locks back and putting on this little net. You don't really have to do all that extra ball cap method and stuff if you don't plan on wearing your units long. I only was wearing this unit for about 2 days, so I wasn't going to go through the process of doing a ball cap method. So I did just slick back my edges and baby hair and whatnot with some jam, and then I'm just going to pull my cap up and back just to slick it back further. Nothing special, nothing major. My locks are bumpy and lumpy in the back, but it didn't really matter. I promise you guys, my hair is going to come out perfect. Like, it doesn't even matter if you have thick, long hair like myself. Just throw a cap on. I promise you it will lay flat as long as you apply your wig properly. So here I am just spraying right at my hairline, or a little above my hairline, actually, with the Got To Be glue spray, and I'm blow drying it on low heat. You guys, do not cut your hair dryer up to high heat and apply that on your forehead. I don't know about you, but that personally irritates my skin. So I feel like, you know, that's a little dangerous. And you do see me tugging at my forehead a little bit and like moving my eyebrows. Whenever I get a little bit of resistance, that lets me know that it's sticky enough to apply my wig. So here I am, just sliding that wig on, you know, getting it right, making sure that my part is center, and making sure that it's sitting right on where I apply that Got To Be glue spray, which is a little bit above my hairline. I do have a widow's peak, so I pull my units up a little bit further than the average person, but I promise you it looks alright. So I'm making sure that that lace is evenly distributed excuse me, I can't talk, evenly distributed ear to ear. And y'all, I was already feeling myself like, yes, do it. So y'all, look at that, she's flat, like flat. I promise you. I told you it was gonna lay flat. So yeah, I'm playing with it a little bit. I really was feeling this color. It is a little light for my skin tone, but y'all, I had so much fun wearing this unit. Like, she served her purpose. She served looks, period. So here I am, cutting my lace. This just makes it easier to apply the unit. So I do cut my lace in 4 equal parts before I apply any type of adhesive, just so that I can do each section one by one instead of trying to apply the unit all the way across the front, if that makes sense. You'll see what I'm talking about. So I do cut it in 4 sections so that I can tug and pull on each little section as much as I need to without messing up the rest of the unit. So here I am, just getting ready to apply my Got To Be glue spray right there at my hairline, a little bit above that actually. And then I pull the unit down, hold it in place, and just blow dry it. I do start out blow drying it on cold. I have found that using cold air and then switching from cold to warm to hot does make your unit stick better. So I do cold and sit my hair dryer directly on the wig, and then I switch it up to warm, and then I just blow dry over it, and then I switch it to hot and blow dry over it real quick. And I promise you that unit is gonna stick, baby. It's not going nowhere until you're ready for it to come off. It's not going nowhere. So I do that for this section, and then I go in and cut the lace off. You see me moving my hand in an up down motion, you guys. That lets you cut your lace off in a jagged up down motion, because you do not want that lace cut straight across, because it's just gonna look funny. It's not gonna look natural at all. So I do go in and quickly do that to all 4 sections of my hair, just applying the Got To Be glue, blow drying it from cool to warm to hot heat, and making sure that that unit is stuck in place, not going nowhere. After doing that to all 4 sections, and just I do comb it in place just to make sure that, you know, right at the hairline is sticking where it's supposed to. And then after doing that to all 4 sections, I do go in and make sure, you know, there's no lace that I left behind, or any parts, you know, that aren't to my liking, or if it needs a little bit of extra adhesive, I do go in and add that. And usually this method does work for me for short-term wear. Now here I am just applying my baby hair. Y'all, excuse my boyfriend, he is my biggest fan, always right there when I'm doing something. So yeah, I am cutting my baby hair for this look. I wasn't going for nothing real extra, you know, nothing too fancy. It was just for a little short-lived install. So I did do some light baby hair, nothing major. I just cut the baby hair how my natural baby hair would have been laid if this was my hair, and that was it. That was all. So it served its purpose, definitely. Very easy to install. I do advise, you know, you all to get on the wave of these TPART units, because they popping right now. And you can check out my website. The link is below for this unit. Y'all, this unit was everything. I really was feeling myself once I finished installing her. Gave her the little swoop doop, baby hair on point. Like, yes, she was definitely fun to wear. A step outside my comfort zone, but I'm glad I tried it out. Y'all, please like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks so much for watching.